Okay, we're back again with another workout live, and today I'll be hitting chest and tricep workout. To be honest, I honestly don't know what the fuck am I gonna do, but let me figure out, because I only have 10 kg dumbbells and I still have to actually figure out what all can I do for my chest to get activated and pumped. So let's go. Let me drop a comment that it's a workout video, chest and tricep workout. Chest and tricep.
It has its good and it has plenty of bad, but I always like.
Hey, what's up, man? Dude, I have to ask you this. How do I call your name? Is it Ali or Ali?
We're told that it's instilled in us, and I wanted to break that mold and pave the way, open the path.
Okay, we're good to go. Alright, I'm gonna start off with push-ups, how many ever I can do. So let's go.
You know, like driving on them towards them building sites, and I'm just a young kid, first year apprentice plumber on a building site. They're the guy that goes to make the tea. They're the guy that goes and gets the copper pipes from the storehouse and carries it up. It's the hard work that's not respected and not admired. And I was on them building sites, cold and damp, and I was like looking around at fully qualified people on the site and their postures not right. That was not me. You know, I knew I could do something better. I knew I had something in me. I was training for the fight game, but no one in Ireland had made it in the fight game. An Irishman in the UFC was literally, and I mean literally, laughed at. We were laughed at when I said we were going to get to the UFC. Myself and my team were going to get to the UFC. Never mind get a win. Never mind even get a win in the UFC. Then win a belt. Then win the second belt. You know, I just used all that fuel that.
So I just did a free set of push-ups because I want my chest to get activated, and then now I'll be hitting chest press with 10 kgs. I guess it's gonna hit me better when I do a superset with a set of push-ups.
So my sister, when I was a young kid at around 15 years of age, unsure where I was going, came to me with a book, The Secret, and preaching the law of attraction. I wasn't interested. I was almost laughing at it. But then she kept on me with it, and I eventually watched a movie on it and read some books on it. And then it started to resonate with me, like to keep positive. I have belief in where you're going, and you're able to, you can almost visually create your entire world. No, not almost, you actually can. I'm going to do that, and I will do that. And then that's when I'd be going to practice it. I practice it. I used to drive, and my girlfriend used to drive to a food place in like a shopping mall in Ireland, and it was a very busy shopping mall. And I would practice like little parts of it. Like when we were driving into the shopping mall, the car park, I would always visualize that the car park space right at the front door would be empty for me, waiting for us to pull up. Yeah. And sometimes I'd get it and sometimes I wouldn't get it. You know, but when I got it, I celebrated like I just won my double world title. You know, and I kept building on that, and I got better at it, and I became so damn good at it that I was able to go into bouts against undefeated fighters with insane fighting legacies, and I was able to go in front of the world and tell the world, I'm going to knock this man out with this exact shot at this exact time, and I've done it back to back to back. See, I was visualizing before I even knew about it. Obviously, soccer is huge in Ireland and the UK, and it was my first love most certainly.
This is definitely fucking hard. One set of push-ups and then another set of dumbbell chest press. That shit is actually pretty challenging. So I guess every set or variation that I do, I'm going to do a superset for it to be effective enough or painful enough for me to enjoy it.
And they were my first visions of selling out arenas and you know, doing these type of things. Although it didn't end up in the football game, I ended up in a similar one. So it all worked out, and it was all true visualization. So I was just a young kid with a dream and a belief in himself. And for many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but you know what? Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough. It's just about making sure your internal dialogue and your internal belief in yourself is strong enough that it can withstand the external. The external is there. You've got to accept it. You've got to embrace it. You've got to understand it and be aware of it. But not let it seep into your internal dialogue. I don't know it all. I'm up and down and growing with this. I'm trying to continue to learn. It's a daily occurrence. Not to let that external infiltrate my internal. And that's what I'm trying to do right now, because I have let it infiltrate it at times. Who am I? I know who I am. I am an Irish animal, a proper Irish animal. My career is a career of never been done before. No Irish man has done what I have done. I opened up pathways for my people. We came steaming through the door, thanks to my belief and my hard work. I put my people on, I put my nation on the map. Although we are known as the Fighting Irish, in boxing terms, we have a rich history in boxing, but not in mixed martial arts. True fighting, a full fight. We had zero history, zero impact. We were almost looked down upon. The UK scene had risen up. There was many stars. Of course, the Brazilians, they invented the sport, Vale Tudo, no holds barred fighting. Then the Americans took it, franchised it into the UFC, and built it up to what it was. Yeah. So the Americans and the Brazilians dominated the sport, and then the UK was rising up, and the Irish were just the Irish. But I knew different. No more. Exactly. Now my nation's flag is on the UFC belt. They released a new belt. I won the 2 belts, the first 2 ever done it, and still the only 2 ever do it, unified. You know, for so long, like in my mid to late 20s, when I started to acquire wealth and acquire money, I was fascinated with materialistic things. I would buy myself cars, watches, but I switched off of that now. It's like I realized I was spending things on material items and not things on myself, on my being, on my fitness, on my health. I've switched that completely. You've got to be in shape. I think a trait of the successful is to train early, wake up and train early. You've got to be in shape.
Yes.
To be, you've got to be in shape physically to be in shape mentally.
Yes.
They go hand in hand.
Yes.
So I'm putting a lot more time into that, and I actually realized that first when I read it on LeBron James. He spent $1.5 million a year annually on himself. Physical therapist, masseuse, nutritionist, trainers, all of that. And you know what? When I seen that, I said, I spent zero. I just, when a camp forms, when a fight forms, I'll gather a team of people. We go into the Vegas desert, lock myself away for 10 weeks and do insanity work. If I'm training back at home during camp, I have fighters locked in a hotel room waiting on call to be called and to come and fight me. Yeah. It's an insane game, but it's not. It's not all in again. I'll go back to that term. It's halfway in, and then. You can't be that way, and you certainly cannot be that way in the fight game, but in reality, you can't be that way in any game you're in. If you're in the game, make sure you're in it all the way, all in with it, and then that game will be your game, and that's where I am right now. And I've only kind of taken this philosophy recently. Like I said, I've had dips, lacks of motivation, dips in commitment. Ali was one of my first heroes in combat sport. I watched documentaries on him, I read books on him, but even before I engaged in combat sport, I was interested in like the wrestling side of things, which is a lot more show. Yeah. And then obviously Muhammad Ali was a different animal because he was doing it for real. Yeah. Wrestling's not really for real. It's you know what I mean. But Muhammad Ali was doing it for real, and he was captivating the audience. He was entertaining, and he had passion and conviction. And I was just a young kid watching this, and then. What got me into combat sport originally was as I grew older and began venturing outside my home and outside my estate. Again, like I said, Dublin 12, it's a wild out town. You've got to be able to fight. You've got to be able to defend yourself. So when I ventured out, conflict began happening, and I wanted to be prepared for that and be able for that. You know, that's false toughness. The tough guy doesn't last in the real game. You know what I mean? That's false. I look at the tough guys back then. Yeah. Where are they now? Yeah. They're not tough no more. Yeah. They ain't tough in their mother's box room. You know what I'm saying? So, I was not necessarily a tough growing up, but I was a hard worker, and I was smart. That's what I was. And wits beat toughness any day of the week, twice on Sunday. So I knew what I needed to do. I needed to learn combat sport. I needed to learn martial arts, gain confidence in surroundings, and then rise up. And that's what I've done. coming up, I look at, it's not trash talk to me, although it has in a way become that. I look at the opponent. I look, you know yourself to know others. That's a Bruce Lee quote. If you truly know yourself, you can know others. So I know what way I feel. I know what way that man feels. I know what I can say to push his buttons. I know what he's thinking. I know what he's afraid of. I know his worries, and I put them under the spotlight. I put them out there. Yeah. I get them thinking about it. Yes. I made a Jose Aldo an undefeated champion. He was 28 years of age at the time. I made him feel like he was an old man. But he was 28 years of age. I went in, I told him what shot I was going to knock him out, and I knocked him out with that shot. So it's all psychological, to be honest. You've got to be able to control your breathing and control your emotions in there. Again, like I said, sometimes I've been up and down on it. Sometimes I've riled up too much to it. I'm only young, Tony, I'm still learning the game. Yeah. And I don't claim to know it all. But what I do know, I know it damn well, and I'm continuing to learn and continuing to push on. And that's where I'm at now, so. More external doubt. I love it. Give it to me. Give me all that doubt. Tell me I can't do something. Tell me I'm not gonna cross over and make that jump into a completely new sport. Not only against some random guy, against the damn best. I'm very confident now, and my engine is keep building. As long as I keep on it and try and not slip and keep motivated. I think like your lack of commitment is almost an insult to the people who believe in you, and that's what I'm trying to tell myself. I said, there's people who believe in me, so this is what I'm telling myself right now today. There's people that believe in me, and me having this half commitment. It's not what the fuck I am. It's not what my people. It's not what the people who believe in me deserve. And I want to give back to the people who believe in me and give them that belief, and prove that belief correct. So that's where we're at now, and let's see where it goes. Let's go. I have seen a man die in this game. I was ringside. I cornered a man who killed a man. A couple of days after that, the UFC wanted me to fly all over the United States of America to promote the next bout. And I was like, I can't do this. I need to get away. My head needs to be in the correct spot. It's a ruthless game. You have to be willing, because you can go in there, and when you come out, you're a different person. If I could describe it to people, it's like entering a car crash. You're going into a car crash. The shins are bare, the feet are bare. You can strike with the elbows, the knees. It's a vicious game, and you've got to be fully committed, and you've got to be willing to go all the way. And that's what I am, and that's what I have.
Literally, it's a fucking gladiator.
I make correct decisions even in there, even in defeat. I know when it's if there is an out and it's time to get out. I know when to live to fight another day.
Yes.
So you have to be intelligent in there as well. Otherwise, you won't live to fight another day. And that's what happened in my last bout. I am humble in victory or defeat, no matter what. It's a sport at the end of the day, a gruesome sport, but it's a sport. So I respected. I was defeated on the night. All in is a term I like to use in my ventures. All in. We've got to be all in on our ventures. I'm all in on my whiskey. I'm all in on my clothing, my fitness regime, the McGregor Fast program. I am all in on the fight game. I just want my worth. There's a lot of politics in the game. The fight game is full of sharks, but I'm the fucking whale. It's hard work. That's it. Hard fucking work.
Man,
you put it in, you believe in it, you will succeed. And that's it. I am living proof. If you want to look at a man who has clawed his way, fought with every ounce of his being to get to where he is, you're looking at him right here. My family is a great family. I have a loving family, my mother, my father, my two sisters. But my lineage, the McGregor lineage, we are bled on the battlefield. You can trace my lineage back to the Highlands, where we fought invaders off of our land with our family sword, the claymore. It's wrapped in sheepskin, and I have it hanging on the banisters of my stairs, just to remind me of where I come from and who I am. We are warriors. We are fighters. Triceps on the plate is the greatest of all time. I would prove it. I as P said, any man's God made. Not only that, I would God. It's in my head 24/7. There's nothing else I can think of. I don't think about nothing else. And that's it. I'm just curiously fascinated with it, and I can't stop thinking about it. Everything I do in my life is related to this. I don't do nothing else if it's not got to do with fighting. You know what I mean? And that is why. You know what I mean? To be true, all you got to do is show up.
Is that unhealthy?
I don't know. Do I look unhealthy? Take a look at this physique. I'm in phenomenal shape, in body and mind. To me, what's unhealthy is living an unhealthy life. To me, what's unhealthy is getting up and going through the same day every day of your life, 9 to 5, in an office or in a... You know what I mean? That's unhealthy. That beats your mind.
Chest bar.
I don't work.
Home workouts.
I love what I do. And that's why I'm doing what I love. You know what I mean? That's why it's become a career for me, because I love it. I love what I do. So I don't think it's unhealthy. I feel good in my mind. I mean, it's my life.
Stripping that all back to start your career, a man with a dream, training in the gym day in, day out. If somebody said to you, you'll have or you'll be as successful as you are now, what would you have said back then?
I believe you. That's what I would have said. Because I did believe.
Yes.
I believed in it. I had very few people who told me that. I had a small group of people that would tell me something like that. Other than that, it was just me telling myself.
Yep.
So if someone came up to me and told me that all the way back then, I'd say, you're damn right. Knocked them out, I picked around John. Yeah, I said this, I'm sure you're probably all thinking in your head, this guy is talking absolute dribble. He's not going to do what he says he's going to do. You're probably all sitting there thinking that. But now here we are again, and I done what I said I was going to do. I feed off this. I love this stuff. This is what gives me energy. Saying I'm going to do something. Putting it out there for the world to see, and then going out and doing it. There's no better feeling in the world than that. And it's as easy as that. Say what you're going to do, and go and do it. I'm not going to stare at it. You stare at your past, and you'll end up staying there. It's okay to look back and admire it, but you carry on. I'm not in the business of staring back at it. You know what I mean? I'm getting lost back there. People say a loss can make or break a fighter. But trust me, a win can also make or break a fighter, because they get comfortable with a win. People can get comfortable with a win, and slack off then. Slack off on the training. Slack off on the diet. They've won one. They're winners now. That's not me. You know, you sleep on a win and you wake up with a loss. So I just carry on, keep doing what I'm doing, and that's why this turnaround is so good for me. Vegas straight away. The Fighting Irish head to the fighting capital. It's perfect. Continue on this path. The freight train straight to the top. When you're chasing your dream, and when you're working hard, chasing something you love, and completely dedicated, it just happens. You can't really notice it. You know, even still to this day, I'm in an amazing position in my life, but I'm still working like I'm not. I'm still working like I'm not in this position.
Absolutely.
I'm still working like none of this is even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just something I love to do, and I just keep pushing and keep working hard. I can't pinpoint an exact moment for you, but
yep.
If anything, I always felt like it was happening way back then, and now it is happening, but now I almost feel like it's not happening. You know what I mean? I want to push to something else.
Absolutely.
I'm always striving to push forward. So every gym I went to was always, they had their set way. Every gym had their set way of doing things. Don't do it this way, do it that way. So that was just a normal thing that I thought people just had their own set way, and you must do it that way. You must stand this way, you must kick this way, you must punch this way. But with John, when I went to John, and I met my coach John Cabinet at Straight Blast Gym, it wasn't like that. He had a more open mind, and he encouraged different movements. And I've never experienced that before. I've never heard a coach say that to me before. And that stuck in my head, and I thought to myself, no, this guy is thinking outside the box. You know what I mean? That he has a vision that everything works, and he encourages every movement, because ultimately there is a time and a place for every single move. So I just knew when I met John, and when he spoke, it made complete sense to me, and that was it. I stuck with him, and he stuck with me, I've been listening to laughter all my career.
Yeah.
I've been listening to them laugh my whole career. They've been laughing. What? An Irishman win a Cage Warriors world title? Hell no. You serious? An Irishman? An Irishman win a fight in the UFC? Hell no. Laughs all around. Okay, you gotta win. Now he wants to win a world title? Hell no, he's all talk, he's all hype, he's a joke. Laughter all around at the Joker. Then the Joker goes and wins the world title. Now he wants to win a second world title. More laughter. Listen, I don't know, the sound of laughter and the sound of doubt motivates me. So I'm enjoying that. I seek that. I don't feel no doubt or I don't feel that going and fighting any of these other UFC bums right now. They need to rise up. Right now they're down there. I've got this situation where people are truly doubting me like they doubted me at the very, very beginning. And that's motivating for me. That's what's going to drive me to the gym when I need to go to the gym and to put in that work to get that win. So that's where we're at right now.
So far we've done.
You're looking at the current king, Ari.
Four
You're
sets of
interviewing the
push-ups.
current king.
That supersetting with 4
The
sets
current
of
king is here.
dumbbell chest
July
press.
10th, the current king
And then
will
we
be
did
there.
4 sets of
145 pounds.
flies.
July 11th, the current
So, you
king
know,
will
that
be
day
there.
was this
raising
pump.
gold. So
I like this.
I don't
really
care.
like this.
It's the McGregor show. Let's be honest. It would be great to have it.
And now I'm about to do the
but I cannot force
upper
an
chest
individual if they're
chest press.
afraid. If an individual is afraid to fight, you cannot
Incline
force
chest
him.
press actually.
So it is what it is. If he's running, if he's scared, there's nothing I can do. I'd probably, sometimes I look in the mirror and get little frights as well looking at myself because I am an absolute animal, a machine. So I probably wouldn't want to fight me either. So it is what it is. I'll be there. I know that. They say I'm just talk, but here I am walking. Where's everybody else?
Let's go.
My experiences in Cage Wars and all the other promotions, not just all the promotions before that as well, it helped prepare me for certain situations that you find yourself in. But you're talking, even fighting in the UFC and then fighting on a McGregor show in the UFC is leaps and bounds different. You know what I'm saying? So everything has been a learning experience for me, and I take everything as a learning experience, and I look to grow from it.
Sure.
And you know what? That's why I keep growing.
And you're enjoying great riches and success now, but can you put yourself in the mindset of the guy who's waiting in line with other people?
Always.
Do you remember what that guy was thinking? Were you daydreaming of this? Was that even possible?
Every second of every day I was daydreaming. But of course I can go back and think there. I lived there in my, you know what I mean? I always be there. You know, I show up and work every single day like I'm not in the position I'm in. Like I'm not me. So that's the mindset I have. It's
Obviously you were due to make history by fighting Rafael dos Anjos. That didn't happen and now you fight Eddie. Is Eddie an easier route to history? I think that's something your coach Kevin said.
I think they're very similar. I think they're all the same. They're all, you know, even looking at the contenders that fought last week, like they're not. I almost feel like upset that they're even being mentioned in
You talking about Tony Ferguson?
everyone, all of them. They're all way down. Like I look at these fights and I realise why the game has never broke into that next level before, because nobody's at that next level. I'm the only one at that next level. So I look forward to going out and showing what I know. That these people do not stand a chance.
You're working in the plumbing business?
I was working in the plumbing business at the time, yeah, but I'm trying to think. It would have been around that time that John last year I'd left the plumbing business. I left the plumbing business.
How bad was that?
The plumbing?
Yeah.
Horrendous.
Were you actually in the trenches?
I mean, it was an industrial.
Ooh.
So it'd be like building
So we're
this.
supersetting
It'd be like the plumbing that would be
the
needed in a place like this.
incline chest
6
press
o'clock
with
in the morning, and I'm
this
not
upper chest work. I honestly don't know what you call this,
to get to the motorway.
but
then
this
stand
falls
on the edge of the motorway
exactly
and wait for
here.
a bloke to drive by.
and it's fucking
So we
amazing.
give me a lift, and then the motorway
Pains
was
a
like
lot,
getting renovation,
but you know,
and so it take me 2
that's
hours,
what
2.5 hours to get
that
to places
what-
out in the country.
that's what
Then I'd be
makes
there
it
for 10
awesome.
hours walking, and I was a first year, so I was the worst of the worst, and it was only beginning. Then 2 hours to get back in the traffic again. It was just a horrible time. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this. And then I just left, and then I just stopped down, didn't get out of bed. Then my dad would come in and try and bang me out of bed, and we'd have fights. And literally, for a good while, I didn't really speak to my dad. We just kind of stayed away from each other. Anytime I come across my dad, anytime we did speak was to fight.
He
You lived in his house.
Yeah, it was only 18, 17, 18.
But you didn't talk to him? Isn't that kind of awkward?
Yeah, well, not like it wasn't whatever, you know.
You didn't have just a deep relationship?
No, but since this has happened,
Right.
since the dream has happened, since the vision that I had has come true, and like he went through a tough time too because he got testicular cancer, so he got sick and all over. And in my head, I was thinking maybe I done that because he's worried about me. Doesn't know what I'm gonna do, and all these fights that were happening all the time. But I'm talking full on fights. You come in and punch it. We're going at it. Yeah, we're going at it.
You're punching back?
Well, yeah, we're going at it.
Wow. What did your mom say about that? Who's so protective of you?
Yeah, I mean, well, she's I don't know. It was just she just stayed out, you know. But
why did it get to that point to where he was that mad?
Because I was doing absolutely nothing. I was out getting into trouble. Yeah, basically felt like I was doing fuck all. I was a waster. You know, I was a waster. Got that called that a lot. You know what I mean? But now, like, and then when I started getting that focus and realized, no, I'm gonna make this happen. And then now that has happened, I'm making it happen. I have a great relationship with my dad. Like, we talk all the time, and I even see energy in it. And I see energy in my mind. Like, it's depressing times for a lot of people around. There's a lot of bad stuff going on in the country. A lot of people are struggling. Everybody's struggling. But now, since them seeing me chase this dream, it's given them an energy, and I see a new lease of life in them. And that alone spurs me on even more. So it's all just a perfect storm that's happening for me. And that is why I have this tunnel vision, and that is why I'm willing to kill every single man in my path to get that belt, you know what I mean? To secure the future, from my family's future, you know what I mean? That's what I'm doing for. When I was a kid, I used to always visualize stadiums and like, even when I was playing football, I'd kick the ball against the wall and I'd pretend that I scored a goal, and I'd run off and I'd be raising my hand and visualising a arena full of fans. And that was something I'd done as a kid out on my own. I like just running around kicking the ball. So I always had these visions of something, but I just didn't know what it was. And then I suppose when I came to these events and I started training and then came to an event, I was like, okay, this is it. This is what I'm gonna do. Hard work pays. I put in a hell of a lot of work all throughout this build up in the fight. I pumped out more content than anybody, more content than Fox, more content than ESPN, more content than BT Sport, more content than everybody on the Mac Live on my own channels. You know what I mean? I'm a workhorse from all angles, not just in the gym. But I'm building this media empire now myself, and we pumped out the content. I'm very proud of how it went. We consistently, daily movies I was releasing, you know, from like a month ago, every single day. You know what I mean? Nobody's doing that. So I'm very proud of it, and I'm very like, the work pays, hard work pays, and I put in the fucking work, and that's why I'm sitting at the top. I put it all on the line. I show up, I perform, and I get the results from that. So you're at your past, and you'll end up staying there. It's okay to look back and admire it, but you carry on. I'm not in the business of staring back at it. You know what I mean? And getting lost back there. People say a loss can make or break a fight, but trust me, a win can also make or break a fight because they get comfortable with a win. People can get comfortable with a win.
This is why we go through the entire workout process. We hate it, but you know we love that pain, and we also love that gain that we get out of that pain.
Winners now. That's not me. You know, you sleep on a win and you'll wake up with a loss. So I just carry on, keep doing what I'm doing, and that's why this turnaround is so good for me. Vegas straight away. The Fighting Irish head to the fighting capital. It's perfect. Continue on this path, the freight train straight to the top. Keep seeking more. You know, they tell me you'll never do this. You'll never win world titles. I've done it consecutively. So we keep pushing the envelope. Keep going. So I'm almost, I conquer one, and then I'm on to the next. So I work and I hustle like I'm not in the position I'm in. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm set. I love proving people wrong and proving my support right. That's what it's about at the end of the day. You know, this is all fun and games to me. I love it. I love my job. I whoop people for truckloads of cash. How could I hate this life? I love it so much. I am grateful every single day. I don't know the Irish people. I understand more. A young boy
dreaming of putting on the Irish jersey or dreaming of putting on his favourite football team's jersey and that crest. And lifting that cup, you know, this is my crest. These gloves right here, these UFC gloves, you know. To be the first Irishman to put these on, to lace these up and get in and do the job. Honestly, no one can take that away from me. No matter what. Honestly, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I don't care about nothing else. I don't know about nothing else. I mean, I don't even listen to the rest of the time about something else. Just don't listen. I'm talking shit. But if I talk about this, if I talk about unarmed combat, if I talk about the human anatomy, you know what I mean? The way the human body moves.
Do you ever have, let's call it a normal job, Connor, a 9 to 5?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the Irish thing is to get into a trade straight away. I was no different. As soon as I finished school, I was always getting pestered. What are you doing with your life? You're doing this, doing that. They didn't know what it was. They didn't know what MMA was. They didn't know what none of this. They didn't know I could make a career out of it. As far as they were concerned, my man and dad talking about. As far as they were concerned, I was just getting into a cage and fighting with some other guy. They didn't know nothing about it. No one did really, but I knew. You know what I mean? I knew. But and then I ended up getting a trade just to keep them quiet. Because I used to have a lot of fights with my dad.
What trade did you get?
I ended up getting a trade as a plumber. Literally up in the back arse and over the Wicklow Mountains. And funny enough, that site was one of the biggest sites in Europe. Kilternan. It was right at that skiing place. Huge. And now it's just abandoned. Now it's just deserted. So I used to go up there 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. I was on that M50. I used to have to walk to the N4. About half an hour from my house, wait for some Limerick guy that I didn't even know. He'd drive on the M4 and I'd have to flag him down. Nightmare, yeah. 2 hours down the M50, 2 hours back. Literally 14-hour days, and I was the first year. So I had to go and do everything. I had to go to the shop, I had to go and get this and get that. So I always had trouble with that. I was like, this isn't for me. This is not for me.
How long did you last?
To be completely honest, I kind of...
But it was tough, you know.
Yeah, I kind of hate working out, but then I still love the after effects of working out. So, you know, you could say I'm addicted to the aftertaste of working out, so that is the reason I go through the entire thing. But at the same time, I do enjoy that entire pain process. But you know, for every rep, you feel like not doing, you also feel like doing more because you feel the pain. Understanding this pain is only going to lead to a development. So, you know, keeping all that in mind, one more fucking set, super set left, and then we're done with upper chest.
But I proved them wrong.
Look at that.
Proved myself right.
It's important that you put conscious effort into appreciating your surroundings. I mean, that's what I do with this place. I absolutely love this city. And even, you know what, I was thinking a lot about Norman Park yesterday after that thing happened, where he was saying about Northern Ireland and it's a disgrace and it's this and it's that. It's a negative thing towards your home nation or whatever, you know, but that's not the right way to be. You need to have you need to appreciate your surroundings and be grateful for it, and that's when good things happen. You know, if they have that bitterness and that negativity, then things start going bad. You know what I mean? So I think the fact that I have them thoughts and that, the fact that I appreciate everything and I'm grateful for the things around me and the way things are going, that's why it's gone so good for me.
I'm not the best at anything. I'm not gifted. I'm just driven. I'm a guy that came from nothing. Anybody's capable of doing shit like this. Anybody. And I sat in that tub. She put the water on me. She called my mom up. And my mom was dating a doctor at the time. The doctor said, you need to get him to a hospital now. She came back in. All I want to do is call Chris Cost on the phone and register your bad water so I can get it. So she said, take it to the doctor. I said, no, let me sit here and enjoy this pain. She said, what are you talking about? I said, I need to go to the doctor. I realized that. But I never thought it was humanly possible to do what I did. I went 70 miles. And at 70 miles, I was dead. I was at 100%. What I thought was 100%. I went 30 more miles after being in the worst physical shape I've ever been in my life.
In the house.
And I sat in that tub and the waters hit me. And it was the most amazing feeling of accomplishment. did this. And as crazy as it sounds, it was the most amazing moment of my entire life. To overcome to come from this kid who was mentally torturing himself and was tortured, is off to this guy now, who was able to overcome such amazing odds and obstacles. And I called Chris Carson, the race director at Badwater, and he said, the idea of a 24-hour race is to run 24 hours. You only ran 19. And he put doubt in my mind that he would let me in Badwater. 2 weeks later, roughly, December 5th, was this marathon that we all signed up for. I couldn't walk. I could not walk. I ran 100 miles before I ran a marathon. 10 days or 2 weeks after this 100-mile in one race I did, this marathon, December 5th, Las Vegas. That gun went off 2005, 14 days after I broke myself off, and I qualified for the Boston Marathon. I ran 3:08. The gun went off, and that thing came back. Like, all right, man, what if?
The pump so far. This is how it
And
looks.
I went to the Hurt 100, race in Hawaii, 26,000 feet of climbing over 100 miles. Probably one of the top 5 hardest 100-mile races in the world. Out there and got through the race. Did it in 33 hours, was the 9th place finisher.
Oh, it's like a motherfucker.
And I qualified for Badwater and got in. I went on to lose weight and train hard, and I got 5th my first year and went back my second year and got third. I'm not the best at anything.
Okay, so I'm about to do
I'm not
pullovers,
gifted.
and
I'm just driven.
I haven't done pullovers in
I'm
probably
100 men that go into war.
a year.
10 should
I don't
be
do
there.
that workout at all. But
80 of them are just
since we
targets.
have less equipment, only
9
X amount of
wants to
weight
fight.
with us, I'm going to do pullover. Because I do know that's kind of effective to stretch out the chest.
I saw it going through training. I saw it everywhere I went. There's so many people who just show up to life.
There's something about talking to a guy like you that a lot of people hope that you're going to say some magic thing that's going to click in their brain. What you're saying is that you have to do those things. You have to suffer. You have to live in it. You have to be comfortable in it. And then maybe some of that shit will help you a little bit along the way.
See me now as the guy that with his shirt off who can do 4,030 pull-ups in 17 hours, who can run 205 miles in 39 hours, who can do all this crazy shit. But what they don't understand is they don't understand the journey that it took me to get to this point. And what got me to this point was I was just the opposite of what I am today. I was that guy who ran away from absolutely everything that got in front of me. I wanted to quit so badly, but I quit everything in my life. I copied through school. I wanted to prove people wrong. And so here I am in this Air Force program, starting to get a little more confidence, but this water was kicking my ass. And 6 weeks in the program, the doctor gave me a blood test and realized I have sickle cell. So they put me out training for a week. And when you go from being very uncomfortable in that water situation, and then now you're comfortable, and I'm sitting back watching the guys drown. I'm not part of the activities anymore for this week. I didn't want to get back in that damn water again. So the fear overcame me, and all my insecurities from my dad, from this small town, from everything started coming back. Me not wanting to go back in that water, the doctor called me back up. I thought I was going to get like a medical kick out of the military.
One of the reasons why I haven't been doing the
So
pullover
you
workout
me,
is basically
me out,
because
so I can have some pride.
I don't know,
doctor said,
man.
no,
For
they'll
some
keep me,
reason, I
they'll put
feel
you back in the
like
training.
this does not stretch enough, but the
That's why I
lats,
said, hey,
this
you
part
gotta start from
stretches
day
more.
one. Because you
Even
missed,
now while doing it,
that week of training.
I was not feeling it,
and I
but
broke.
at the end,
I broke.
I felt it, so
couldn't
I might
imagine
change
going
it up a
back
little
through that
bit.
again. And
Either way, I'm still going to do this because I feel like it's going to stretch my chest.
I quit.
So I'll be doing 2 more sets of this, but
So
after this,
from the age of
we'll be
19
going on
to
to
the
the
age of
tricep
22,
workout.
I went and did a job called TAC-P, where you control fast movers behind enemy lines. Cool job, but there's no water. I was afraid of the water, so I avoided it. And I gained 125 pounds in that time frame. I went from 175 to almost 300, to 297 was my heaviest. And I started finding things that was comfortable. And the more things I found comfortable, the more uncomfortable my mind was. Because that voice I was telling you about, It always was there. I was just trying to avoid that conscience. I wanted to be left alone from that conscience, and it wouldn't leave me alone. So I got out of the Air Force, and I started working for a job called Ecolab, where you spray for cockroaches at 24, and spraying at different steak and shakes, Red Lobster, whatever, from 11 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock in the morning. And what changed, I came home and watched this Discovery Channel show, Class 224. I came home from Steak and Shake. I sprayed it down last, get a big old large 42-ounce shake, walk across the street and get a box of mini donuts from 7-Eleven. And I would drive home for 45 minutes. This big old fat guy. I was watching these guys going through Hell Week, Class 224. And these guys are ringing the bell, quitting, dropping their helmet down, rolling out. A lot of guys just leaving. And it made me reflect on my fears, my insecurities. And I saw real men, what I thought were real men who were staying, who were overcoming adversity, who were overcoming all these different things that I had blamed so many fucking people in my life, my dad, my mom for not being there. Everybody was blamed. My learning disability, my skin color, you know, me being everything. And so I sat there for a while and I was like, I got it. No one's gonna fucking come to help me. No one's gonna fucking come to help me. It's fucking me against me, period. And so I had to man up.
Let's go.
I'm exactly what people said I was gonna be. But a lot of us have these fears that you just don't want to fucking face. I had a lot of them. And that's what created the person who's in front of you today. I had two options. To either be that 300-pound guy who sprayed for cockroaches and made $1,000 a month, and at 24 years old, knowing when I'm 50 fucking years old, I can reflect on this and think about what guy I never became, or I can totally just sack it up and fail and fail and fail until I succeed. To get into the class I had to get into, I had to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months. Can't do that. I grabbed my chocolate milkshake and went back to Ecolab. I'm going back to work, man. This is my life.
Let's go.
Next morning, or this next night, I went to work and I hit all that cockroaches too much. I hit the mother load of cockroaches. And this restaurant got full of cockroaches and rodents and everything else. And I sat there and said, this is my life. This is it. I quit my job, left my canister in that restaurant, my spray canister, got back in my Ecolab truck, and I went home. And I started working out like somebody. I became the most obsessed person on the planet Earth. And I said, this ain't gonna be it for me. We all want to read about how we can quickly get somewhere. That's why the 6-minute ab is so powerful. You may get some results from it, but they're not permanent. The permanent result comes from you. I say it all the time. You have to suffer. You have to make that a tattoo on your brain, so when that hard time comes again,
We're
you don't
almost
forget
done
it.
with chest workout, and I'm about to start my tricep workout.
I'm trying to find
I'll
more
only
of
be doing
myself.
2 variations, 4
And the
sets
only
of
way to
each.
find more is to silence the world
Since
out
my
as much as I
tricep is
can,
already
because
kind of
it's getting busier every day.
activated, on the day of
It's
chest,
getting
I want to
faster.
do triceps.
I put my phone away and I go dark. I go dark a lot, and it's because I have to find out. I'm on a journey of life, and we all have a different journey. I like to take this 4-lane highway, the easy highway. We all love that 4-lane highway. We always step over the shovel. That shovel, I made my own path. But going through this path of life, this journey over here that you make yourself, that's incredibly difficult, and we're afraid. It's easier to accept the fact that I'm just not good enough. You have to go into those dark chambers that we often shut off, and you gotta open them up.
There's not some easy, lit up, street-like
That's right.
path with nice smooth roads.
That's right. Fail, and you're gonna be in your head, you're gonna be saying, I'm not good enough. And it's how you get through that. It's how you get through that on a daily basis, when that thing is saying, man, I'm 43, I've done so much. You start to become civilized.
Let's go.
the refrigerator gets full. You start making money, and you start, I'm not getting cold anymore. I'm retired. At 40, people shouldn't be playing basketball or football. Or at 43, I'm still putting 100-mile weeks, still doing thousands of pull-ups, thousands of push-ups, because I'm not allowing myself to become civilized. The worst thing that can happen to a man is become civilized. You want to be uncommon amongst uncommon people. Period. You start putting yourself in situations that suck, you'll find yourself. I'm big on being with yourself. I want to be forever proud of who I was as a man and change who I used to be. The liar, the insecure guy, the guy who can, whatever. I want to be proud. And if I die now, if I die at 8, if I die at 90, 100, I'm going to look at myself and say, proud of myself. I believe in patience. I'm a patient dude. I can watch a piece of grass grow for 20 years because I know that this is how you get somewhere in life. By being that monk-like mentality, being able to watch something grow very calmly, patiently. I can't go any faster. We do that to our brain. We put a governor on our brain. The second we feel pain, discomfort, suffering, all those words that we hate to say because we're in this happy, peaceful world we live in now, we stop. We slow down. And if you can get through these different barriers and gain 5%, 2%, 3%, that 40% becomes 60. And 60% becomes 70, 80, and 90. And then you'll hopefully one day near 100. That dreamer mentality.
You can be mentored by people who aren't alive.
100%. Because their stories still live. These muses are here. It's important to learn from them.
Let's go.
Because you realize they're people just like us. They make mistakes just like us. And they kept going. We can do the same.
You know, they say we die twice. Once when the breath leaves our body, and once when the last person we know says our name.
And he would be shooting baskets in the dark because they hadn't even turned the lights on yet. He'd be there an hour, 2 hours before everybody.
Sucker.
Everybody would be at breakfast, and he would show up fully sweated out, like he'd just done 3 hours of work, and before anybody did anything.
How much harder will you work in this offseason now to get back to the championship?
I push myself to exhaustion. I play games with the flu. I play games with 102-degree fever, man. And I made a promise to myself I was going to work that hard every single day. When I do retire, I have no regrets. If I can work that hard every day, what would my career be? This kid right here, mark my words, is going to be unbelievable.
You see Kobe Bryant in the foreground, the man many have dubbed the next Michael Jordan.
Once it's so bad and you want to go to the extremes at the age of 34 playing 38 games. And Luke, he's cursed as much as I am. I just want to get to the office and go one-on-one. Come on, make his ass work now. It was fun to be active.
This man played with a broken finger and won a championship.
tears in my eyes.
And they're looking at you and stuff, and I'm like, it's all right. Dad's gonna be all right. He'll be fine. As a parent, you gotta set the example. This obstacle cannot define me. It's not going to be responsible for me stepping away from the game that I love. I'm going to step away on my own terms.
We all have shit that we go through. We all have things obstacles that are in our way at some point or another. We all have doubt. But we chose. Using the darker emotions, the anger, resentment, or frustration, sadness, using that as a weapon.
No matter what happens, the storm eventually ends. And when the storm does end, you want to make sure that you're ready. Really learn to put one foot in front of the other, because eventually that storm passes.
Those times when you get up early and you work hard, those times when you don't feel like working, you're too tired, you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That is actually the dream.
I didn't know if I could do it. It was my daughter who kind of put things in perspective for me. Gianna, she's now 13, and she was like, well, you always tell us to go for it. We're not on this stage just because of talent or ability. We're up here because of 4 a.m. We're up here because of 2-a-days or 5-a-days. We're up here because we had a dream and let nothing stand in our way. If anything tried to bring us down, we used it to make us stronger. We were never satisfied, never finished. We'll never be retired.
That's how you have to be if you want to be a winner. There's just no way around it.
Rest at the end, not in the middle. I took that to heart. My next dream is to be honored one day for inspiring the next generation of athletes to have a dream, sacrifice for it, and never ever rest in the middle.
Uncommon amongst uncommon people.
We got one more set and then I'll be done with this fucking workout.
Yesterday was supposed to be a celebratory day, and then we got tragic news about Kobe Bryant, and everything changed in a second.
Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
Life is short and it's fragile, and we don't know how many birthdays we have, so celebrate life. And if you haven't told someone you love them, do it now. Do it. Tell people you love them. Call your friends, text your friends, hug them, kiss them.
And when I took it to the Laker game, we just had so much fun because for the first time I was seeing.
How do I express this? I've never expressed this, but how do I start? I was never able to understand the concept of greatness. As time went on and I've gotten older and I've met many journeys of people that I met on my journey and people who I read about on my journey. I read that greatness in itself doesn't come with goodness. The two don't coexist with one another. I spent all my life trying to become great because I had such a low self-esteem. And I realized late in life, or I think before I said, but late in my life, that all great men are not good men. And then so I tried to embark on a whole different career and try to become good. But what's the concept of good? Being a floor mat, I never understood the concept of good. And the concept of good is pretty much then, I must be a politician, because politicians are always striking for goodness and always trying to win votes from people. And only reason that we win votes because they believe that we're good. So how do we live in those two dimensions at once? You want that greatness for self-gratification, but you want goodness from a human perspective. And I really have no idea, no clue how do I juggle both of them and be in harmony. And then in all actuality, they don't exist. You have to pick a side.
Keep the head down when you come up with the age. Keep your head down. Yeah, I mean, not coming up, but starting to make it perfect. It's good, it's not perfect.
I respect the person who's willing to die for what he truly wants.
even if it's love, even if it's a woman, whatever it is that he truly believes in, and that he believes that it transcends him to that level to demand for love exists, for instance. I look at love as a command to just rise to your greatest potential, you know, and that's how people should feel. The objective should be to rise to their best potential in life.
Almost fucking done.
If it's to lose 30 pounds, if it's to pass a test,
but check out this fucking bump.
To not fight.
Chest.
To be admired by people all over the world. It should allow you to rise to your greatest potential. That you look at yourself in the most grandest fashion. The value of history is not necessarily scientific but moral. By liberating our minds and deepening our sympathies and fortifying our will, we can control pretty much. History allows us to control not society but ourselves, which is a much more important thing to do. You know what I mean? And it would allow us to pretty much meet the future more so than foretell it. And for that reason alone, that we always have to, in order to predict the future, we have to always look through the past, because very rarely does time not repeat itself, and it always will repeat itself. I've heard a quote before in the book that we would be fools to think historically that the past is us in funny clothes, but the past is us in funny clothes, and that's truly what it is. That's somebody that really said a really profound statement, but he misquote what he was saying. He must have been saying it backwards, because that's really what the past was. It's just us in funny clothes in different times. That's really what it is.
Is boxing for you really about revenge?
No, it's just that, you know, I never take my losses personal, because I didn't take it personal. I'm not trying to even the score. I'm moving on to other places, which are probably dark and places I've never been before, but I'm not afraid to go there. I'm not afraid to lose in life. I'm not afraid to do anything. I won't do anything. Matter of fact, I won't do anything. Matter of fact, like my show, there's nothing I would do unless I have the possibility of being humiliated. If I can't be humiliated, if I fail, I don't want to do it. Because only by doing that, I will rise to my highest potential. Because when I succeed, I truly succeed. I'm a fucking student of war. I know all the warriors from Charlemagne, Achilles, the #1 warrior of all warriors. From Alexander, Napoleon, I know them all. I read them all, I studied them all. I know the art of fight, I know the art of war. That's all I ever studied. That's why I'm so feared. That's why they feared me when I was in the ring, because that's all I was an annihilator. That's all I was born for. Now those days are gone, it's empty, I'm nothing. I'm working on being the art of humbleness. Can you be with me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more. And I miss them. But sometimes I feel like a bitch. Because I don't want that person to come out, because if he comes out, hell is coming with him.
I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
If I die tomorrow, I've won. I have to write the world a check. I have to pay for my sins. How much of this you can take before you say, let's be finished with this? You know what I mean? It wants to show you something. It wants to see how much you can take, how much you can handle of life. You say you love life, you want to live life. I'm going to show you life. Life is beautiful, but you have to accept the good and the bad as being beautiful. You can't accept the good, oh, this is beautiful. We lose somewhere, our life sucks. Life is beautiful because life gives us the ability to just know them on our journey in life. We met them. We loved them. We cared about them. They cared about us. That's the purpose of life. Just to enjoy what we had on the journey through it. Because sometimes we don't understand, like, what is this? What is my purpose? Why am I here? Why do I have to go through this pain? Why do I have to go through this fear all the time? Why can't it just be peaceful all the time? Then it wouldn't be life.
Everyone, man.
Then it wouldn't be life. We have to take life at its terms. Life on life terms, not life on our terms. You know, we have to live life on life terms.
This angle looks really dope. That sweat, that body. Oh damn, check this out.
I keep thinking it's all about love. Love is the essence of life.
Last and left.
Come on, fuck the game. Is it that simple? Yeah. Is it that simple? I think so. Yeah, we're fighting for something that's just so right there. You can do it, but you just don't want to let go. Yeah. Listen, when you really find real love, and so my first experience with real love, the first meal I've never experienced, I ran the other way. There's no way that you're going to accept it full-heartedly. It's scary. You have to think that somebody really loves you regardless of all your flaws and everything, and you feel like you're a disgusting piece of shit. And somebody says, I love you though. You might want to kill that person. How could you hate me? How do you love me? You know, love is scary. Because it's so beautiful.
We're finally done. Chest and
I'm aware that a lot of people
done.
next to me and watching
This
me
is the after
and
effects of it.
think I'm a certain kind of guy, I'm a good guy, but they have to understand that I'm not worthy of praise. They do these things. I just look at YouTube and I see guys have Mike Tyson and
Mom is super
Mike
fucking
Tyson God, and
can't even flex it actually.
You are right. Hey, stop! I know. You can think what you want, but I know. Not for somebody to words to praise me or anything. No, I'm always just Mike. I was one of those people that worship people because I had nothing.
On that note,
I'll
be ending this live, but
for
anyone who wants to see what the fuck I did, I'll be posting this on Instagram, IGTV. So basically this was
and when I did the
tricep and chest and tricep workout. I fucking killed it. My pump right now is so insane.
I felt all the pain I ever caused somebody.
Look at that, bro.
All the pain I ever caused.
Look at that.
In my journey in this world.
My pump is absolutely insane. So you can follow this literally same workout. All you require is one damn bench and maybe 2 or 3 dumbbells, and you can do 3 to 4 simple variations which will be fucking effective. Maybe next time I'll be changing my variations, but that is it for today. Hey Jason, what's up, man? Oh, you're on the live. That's awesome. How you been doing, bro?
That's just what I'm experiencing. I'll never be forgiven. I believe we have to pay for it. No, I do it out of fear. I know from my experience, I know I'm going to.
And also the market, crypto market is down as fuck. So whoever put their money, hold in there, bro. Hold in there. It's gonna come back up. Fine, bro. Good to know, man. Good to know, Chaitanya. All the best for your college. I think you're still in 2nd year. All the best for that. 2nd or 3rd year, but all the best. 3rd year. All the best for that. Veer Tej. That's a great workout. Thank you so much, bro. How's your workout going on? I remember you started working out. You put on insane mass. I clearly remember that. I hope your workouts are going amazing. But I have to say, bro, I still remember your progress you started it and within 6 or 7 months you put on insane amount of mass. That was respectful.
Gives me the motivation and interest to stay alive. Because I believe that
Third year, yes, third year.
no longer wants to live. But I have a reason. It's my
Alright boys, on that note I'm gonna end this live. Thank you so much. Shout out to Chaitanya and VTH for keeping up with the live and supporting me through it. Chaitanya says workout got screwed up due to the second wave. No worries bro, that's why I'm doing these home workouts. So if you can afford to get a couple of dumbbells and a simple, what do you call this? A simple bench and couple of weights. I'll be doing frequent workouts which you can also replicate at your home. These are not tough, but physically yes they are tough, but not that tough too. So if you want to start working out, just get a pair of dumbbells and I think you can do everything that I've been doing. Hey Rushil bhai. Hey Rushil, check this out bro. You gonna cry. Check this out. Look at this fucking body, Rushil. What? Amazed or what? Alright man. Rushil, you joined the live too late. You should have come early. I'm done with my workout. It was good to do cardio. Is it good to do cardio every day post-workout? I mean, so basically, cardio doesn't do shit. Like, if you do cardio for 30 minutes every day, it's not like you're going to drop your weight or drop your muscle mass. It actually depends on the food that you're eating. If you're on calorie deficit and if you're burning more calories with the cardio, then yeah, it's going to reduce your weight. But if you're coming to good or not, see, it's like this. If you do at least 15 minutes of cardio, 20 minutes of cardio, normal walking also every single day, your stamina is going to increase. So when I say stamina, let's say I do 10 reps of chest press. With the 20 minutes of cardio, my internal stamina and strength of the body increases. So I'm more likely to do more number of reps. So instead of 10 reps, I might do 11 or 12 reps. So yeah, I would say it's definitely good bro, but if you're looking at putting on mass, just eat on little more food and then do 20 minutes of cardio. It need not be much. I used to do that every day. As a matter of fact, I did that every single day for 75 hard challenge. So I did cardio every single day and my legs got better. They got veins. At the same time, I put on 4 to 5 kg, so that's awesome. Yeah bro, same, even I just finished my workout. Hey my man, with the healthy lifestyle. Awesome bro. It's always awesome to work out in the morning. Your mind gets better, your body gets better, and you can just fuck up your entire day and still be like, fuck, I did that one workout. Life hack. Alright boys, I think that would be it. Or I'll wait for a minute to see if somebody wants to ask any question. If you got any questions, drop in. I would answer that question and then bounce. Oh, by the way, I'm going to come out with a YouTube video today. I'll be explaining about 1 or 2 ways how you could also earn money by helping out my businesses, both MakeMeGarden as well as MNV. So stay tuned for that. I'll be dropping a video as to how can you earn money and how can you help me earn more money. Win-win boys, win-win. Okay, I waited for a minute. So on that note, I'm ending this. Thank you so much.